footprints. Oh, who are you? Delicati! Carefree city kitty. Del? This sure is a cute Pokemon. It's just having a cat. So Fountain Plaza is this way. Oh, it's Brad.
Huh? There's Brad again.
Is he a detective? He's checking out the cart.
I wonder if he found something.
Brad was looking around in Fountain Plaza yesterday too. What in the world is he up to? He might be looking for more evidence of that case Pikachu's mixed up in. Yeah, maybe there's still something here. Let's go see for ourselves. I see scattered food. Alright, time to examine this area. We're looking for evidence left by the culprit, which is another Pikachu, right? But how would it be any different from evidence that your Pikachu could have left? I'm not sure, but we won't figure out anything if we don't look. Good point, we can't afford to overlook anything.
Alright.
Let's check for any clues that could lead us to the Pikachu that caused this mess. I see footprints.
Oh!
Look at these Pokemon tracks, they're pretty big. These definitely weren't made by Pikachu's paws. Anything else you can tell from them, Tim? It looks like this Pokemon was headed toward Main Street. I see trash.
Oh.
There's some paper on the ground. It's just crumpled up piece of paper. I doubt it's got anything to do with the case.
Oh.
Oh, it's a bus ticket. I highly doubt a Pokemon rode the bus by itself. It would be fun if one did though. I bet that'd be a wild ride. Okay, those look like Pokemon tracks.
Oh!
Here are some Pokemon tracks. Can't say for sure these were made by Pikachu, but the size looks about right. The trail leads towards the back of the plaza, but ends abruptly before it gets to 2nd Avenue. I wonder why. Leaves? Cupcake?
Oh!
There's some food on the ground. Maybe it's some of the food sold at the stall. Street food. They just look like pastries.
Alright.
Nothing more to see here.
Let's think.
Got all the information I need to figure this out. I should be able to figure this out if I just stop and think things over. Maybe I should do that now. Yes. Let's figure out where the other Pikachu went. Based on the footprints left behind, it seems the other Pikachu headed towards 2nd Avenue. Large footprints lead to the main street, which means the owner of these footprints were there. Food on the ground near the food stall suggests that the other Pikachu was walking toward it. Probably this one.
Okay!
These little footprints are about the right size. They could belong to another Pikachu. Yes, they must, and if you follow the direction they're facing, it looks like they lead into the alley that goes to 2nd Avenue. Maybe someone on 2nd Avenue saw the other Pikachu. Let's go check it out. There might be someone on 2nd Avenue who saw the other Pikachu. Let's go there then. This is the way to 2nd Avenue. Yeah, I hope we find someone who saw the Pikachu. That's why those two Pokemon were squaring up at each other. New area unlocked. Well, here we are on 2nd Avenue. The police station is just to the left of the parking lot full of police cars. And if we head towards the police station from here, that takes us back to the street the High Hat Cafe is on. I don't see any more footprints from that Pokemon. It's like it just disappeared. We'll need to question people for more information from here on out. Let's try to find someone who's seen the Pikachu.
Hey!
Let's ask that person if she's seen a Pikachu.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk? What about?
Excuse
Pikachu.
me?
Did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago? The evening that Slowpoke statue in the Fountain Plaza was damaged? No, I didn't. I assume it was detained by the PPB? The police detained a Pikachu, yes, but are looking for a different one. Oh really? Sorry, I didn't see any Pikachu. Thanks, that's important information. About the detained Pikachu. Have you witnessed any of the recent Pokemon detainments? Now, I haven't seen them myself, but it does seem as if more and more Pokemon are being detained lately. Yeah, feels like there aren't nearly as many Pokemon out and about in the city. That may be related to this incident with Pikachu. It sounds like an awful lot of Pokemon here in Rhyme City are being detained, doesn't it? Yeah, even if something's going on with the detained Pokemon, this all seems way too sudden. This may have something to do with the other Pikachu, so we ought to look into it. Sure, but how should we do that? The partners of the detained Pokemon might know something. Good point. Alright, let's go look for their partners. Hey. This place has the best burgers. I could eat here 5 times a day and never get sick of them. 5 times a day? That might be going a bit overboard.
Excuse me?
More like 5 times a week. Did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago, the evening the Slowpoke statue in Fountain Plaza was damaged? Nope, sure didn't. I was here that night though. But judging from the tracks, the Pikachu you were looking for must have walked down this road. So where could it have gone? It turned into a Ditto and went into the police station. Have you witnessed any of the recent Pokemon detainments? I haven't actually seen any, but I've certainly heard rumors. People saying the police were by and stuff. I sure don't like all this trouble in the city. It makes it hard to just relax and eat. Hey. I just can't believe it, Impidimp.
Excuse me?
What's wrong? Apparently my partner Impidimp got himself into a whole heap of trouble. Impidimp are known for pulling pranks, aren't they? Can't argue with that. Maybe this was a prank gone too far. Do you mind sharing some details with us? About Impidimp? So what happened exactly? The Pokemon Protection Bureau took my partner Impidimp away. It happened so suddenly I was completely blindsided. I'm practically still in shock. Did one of the Impidimp's pranks cause too much trouble for someone? Good guess. That's just what the PPB said. But somehow I just can't believe it. About Pikachu.
Excuse me?
Did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago, the evening the Slowpoke statue in Fountain Plaza was damaged? No, I'm afraid not. We're trying to track down whoever broke that Slowpoke statue. Oh, you're a detective? I hope you find the culprit. What kind of trouble did Impidimp supposedly cause? They say my silly little Impidimp stole someone's valuables. And that it happened right here in front of this burger joint. Supposedly, a security camera recorded the whole thing, and they've got a clear image of Impidimp. But I just can't believe it. Despite all appearances, Impidimp's really a good little fella. He likes shiny things, so yeah, sometimes he'll bring me stuff he finds on the ground, but only things that are just lying there. He doesn't steal from people. I'd really like to believe you. I guess I can see why you doubt me. Poor Impidimp. I wonder if Impidimp really is guilty, though. I'd like to examine the scene for a moment. Examine the scene, huh? The incident that Impidimp is accused of happened right in front of the burger shop. Let's look for some evidence. Sure. This is where Impidimp reportedly stole someone's valuables. There still might be some clues around.
Alright.
Okay, let's see what we can see. I see a coin. Hey. There's a really shiny coin on the ground. Shiny coin. Did this get dropped here during the incident with Impidimp? If so, that'd be a little strange. Yeah, we did hear that Impidimp loves shiny things. Exactly, Impidimp would have picked this coin up. So why is the coin here?
Alright.
It looks like we've checked everything of note here. It was just the coin. Sai, where have you gotten yourself into, Impidimp? I guess that's all. Oh, fuck you, I'm not doing that. Aww, stray cats, lost kitten in the street.
Excuse me?
Hey there, do you mind if I ask you some questions? What do you need? About Pikachu.
Excuse me?
Did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago? The evening the Slowpoke statue in Fountain Plaza was damaged? Oh right, there was a commotion at Fountain Plaza, wasn't there? I was here that whole evening and I didn't see any Pikachu. So the culprit didn't come through this square either. Have you witnessed any of the recent Pokemon detainments? Well, I heard that a Pokemon caused some trouble in front of the Hi-Hat Cafe, but I didn't see it for myself, so I don't know anything else about it. How about you? I love slow, lazy days when the weather's nice like this. Me too, but we haven't been able to take things very slowly lately. Oh, what's the rush? Is something wrong? All
Excuse me.
people in the city are so nice. Did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago? The evening the Slowpoke statue in Fountain Plaza was damaged? I saw Morpeko and Honyarara, but not Pikachu. Hey Tim, do you think it's possible that the culprit was actually Morpeko or... No, I unfortunately don't think so. Chief Butler said he had proof that a Pikachu did it, but I believe it must have been a different Pikachu. Oh, whoops. Have you witnessed any of the recent Pokemon detainments? No, I've only heard rumors. A Pokemon apparently stole someone's valuables, for example. Sounds like we all need to be careful. I'd better keep a firm grip on my belongings. Lynx! How about the kappas? The number of incidents just keeps rising lately. I need to get ready to rush to a crime scene at any moment. The mood in the city feels really different these days. Pokemon keep causing one problem after another. What's up with that? What's up with that? Sniffle, how could this happen?
Excuse me.
Are you okay? Oh, sorry, I'm just so stressed out I started muttering to myself. Well, we're actually investigating the recent Pokemon incidents. If there's anything we can do to help, we'd love to try. Oh, that's too kind, thank you. What's stressing you out? So, what exactly happened? When I got to my shop this morning, I saw that someone had messed up my flowers. So the Pokemon Protection Bureau came and investigated. But how could they accuse my Inteleon? Wait, did they take your Inteleon away? Yes, but there's no way he'd ever do such a thing. But Pikachu,
Excuse me.
did you happen to see a Pikachu 2 nights ago? I'm sorry, I don't really remember. Oh, okay. Aw, Tim. Could you tell us a bit more about your Inteleon? Inteleon's my partner. He's been with me forever, since we were both small. He loves flowers, and he always waters them so gently for me. I can't even imagine such a sweet Pokemon doing anything bad. But for some reason, the PPP is convinced that Inteleon ruined the flowers. Wow, that's awful. Did anyone actually see Inteleon messing with the flowers? No, not a single eyewitness. But the PPP claims to have proof from some surveillance camera footage. Do you mind if we investigate the scene? We might learn something. Of course I don't mind. It happened right in my shop's flower display.
Hey!
Let's have a look at the shop's flower display, Tim. This must be the flower display the police claim Inteleon ruined.
Alright.
Okay, let's see what we can see. Is it just this one pot?
Huh?
This pot doesn't have very many flowers in it. Some of the flowers have spilled out. I wonder if Inteleon could have done this.
Oh!
Here are some potted flowers. They smell really nice.
Oh!
Just looking at these potted flowers near the shop is helping me feel more relaxed. Ooh, what the heck is that? How did I not notice that?
Huh?
There's a cut in the wall. Looks like it was done by a sharp blade. A blade, huh? You know, Inteleon's tail is kinda knife-like. But my Inteleon has never once used its tail like that.
Alright.
Looks like we've checked everything of note here. Okay. How could this happen? Okay. Do you have anything to say? Thanks for agreeing to help me find Goss. Oh, right. I was supposed to do that. I actually found her earlier. Whoops. I can't believe this is
Excuse me?
happening. Is something wrong? Have you ever had your dearest friend taken away from you? That sounds heartbreaking. I know, right? And that's exactly what happened to me today. That's terrible. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, thanks. I think talking through it might help me feel a little better about the sad experience. So tell me, what happened? Some people from the PPB just suddenly showed up today. They rattled off a whole lot of accusations and then told me they were taking away my Morpeko. I tried to stop them, but they said they had proof and the law is the law. Morpeko looked so sad and defeated as the police took him away. How awful. Yeah, it really was. About Pikachu.
Excuse me.
Did you happen to see a Pikachu? No, I didn't. I was home at that night. I see. Could you tell us a bit more about your Morpeko? Morpeko's my partner. He's just a cheerful little guy with a big appetite. I assume that's why the PPB suspected him. What do you mean? Apparently a Pokemon was causing trouble last night. They said a Pokemon stole someone's food right in front of this very cafe. Morpeko had nothing to do with it, but the PPB wouldn't listen. Well, that's what happened. When Morpeko is hungry, he does get cranky and his fur even changes color, but he's never stolen food before, not even once. I can't imagine that little guy causing trouble for anyone. You don't say. I'll try looking around the scene here. They look like scorch marks. So Morpeko suddenly caused some trouble in front of the High Hat Cafe, right? Yeah, let's see if there's any evidence. Morpeko has been accused of stealing some food. We'd better investigate carefully. Okay, let's see what we can see. Scorch marks? The ground and the wall look scorched. According to the PPB, Morpeko went berserk and used his aura wheel. Scorch from an electric type move. Aura wheel changes type based on how Morpeko is feeling, right? Yep, when Morpeko is in hangry mode, it's a dark type move, and when Morpeko is in full belly mode, it's an electric. So wouldn't it be... If he's hangry because he stole food, then it would be a dark type move, right? If Morpeko's aura wheel were electric type, that could have caused these scorch marks. But that would mean Morpeko stole someone's food even though it had a full belly. Yeah, you're right. What's going on here? Looks like we've checked everything of note. Is that it? Oh, it's Murloc. Wait, isn't that guy who...
Tim? Why imagine us running into each other again? Here of all places.
You're that guy who suddenly plucked some of Pikachu's fur.
Yes, I'm Charles Murloc, scientist and policy mastermind of Rhyme City. Where's your partner Pikachu? Don't tell me you two had a falling out.
No, nothing like that.
I know you! You're the one who keeps meeting with my dad!
Well, well, the mayor's daughter. You know, Rhyme City has become rather dangerous lately. I know how much Howard worries about you. I suggest you head home soon.
And I suggest you mind your business.
Jeez. I think she smiles when she says that. You got a lot of explaining to do. What sort of ideas are you putting into Papa's head? And all these Pokemon management measures, are they you're doing as well? Oh my, oh dear, it seems I've caught you in a bad mood. Perhaps you should speak some other time. This guy is totally a bad guy. He didn't seem like a total bad guy the last time, but now he's being super sus. If you'll excuse me, until next time. He's probably the one that fucking made the cubes. He left without answering a single question. He may have started off a bit too strong.
Let's think.
Sure. Okay, let's use the information we've gathered to figure out what's going on with these Pokemon. Are innocent Pokemon being detained? According to the road news, Pokemon were all detained for doing things they normally wouldn't do. They may have been framed. Yep, that's it. Are the Pokemon hungry? Want people belonging? It's this one. Forged evidence.
Okay.
None of the evidence left at the crime scene seemed like things those Pokemon would likely leave behind. That's true, all their partners were in shock because the Pokemon were accused of doing something completely out of character. Just like when Pikachu was arrested, the same thing keeps happening. There's photographic evidence of every crime though. As strange as this all seems, it'd be difficult to convince the PPB that something's off. Every crime has photo evidence and the Pokemon are behaving out of character. What if those Pokemon are being framed? What? What makes you say that? Oh, sorry, I guess that's a pretty big claim. I can't say for sure. Still, a lot of things at the crime scenes just don't add up. I don't think we can rule it out just yet. If that is happening, I sure hope we can do something to help those Pokemon. Stamp of approval? Gimme. Gosh. Let's say for a moment that the PPB and the police are framing innocent Pokemon. If that's the case, what are they trying to accomplish? Are they just detaining Pokemon without doing thorough investigations, or is there more to it than that? It's more to it. I couldn't say why, but maybe detaining Pokemon isn't a means to an end. Maybe it's their actual goal. You mean the PPB and the police are just out there trying to pump up their numbers? Do they really have that little respect for Pokemon? Whoa, Rachel, wait a sec. We need to investigate a bit more before we draw any conclusions. Things aren't quite adding up just yet. You're right, sorry. I got a little heated just now. You'd make a horrible detective. It's okay. Let's start asking people in the city about recent detainments. Sounds good. The people who should know the most about Pokemon detainments are the Pokemon Protection Bureau and the police, and Inspector Holiday didn't know much of anything. Maybe we should ask some other police officers. Good idea, let's do that. Okay, let's go talk to the cops. Is there a dude? Yeah, there's a dude right here. Incidents have been on the rise lately. Take care of yourselves out there.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's alright with you. About Pokemon detainment, is something wrong? We're actually looking for the people who've been handling Pokemon detainment. That's not one of my assignments. My duties keep me here at the station. Then how can we get in touch with someone who has been assigned to Pokemon detainment? Why don't you try asking the two officers in the parking lot out back? Sure. I was actually just about to go there. You should have actually been able to see them. But I guess they aren't loaded in. Hey. If danger rears its head, you can trust the Rhyme City Police to protect and serve.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I'd like to ask a few questions if that's okay. Questions for me? I'm happy to answer anything I can. About Pokemon detainment. Is Pokemon detainment one of your assignments? Yes, it sure is. And we're being extra vigilant for the remainder of Pokemon Friendship Week. Mayor Myers has been promoting it a lot lately. Yes, he has. Pokemon Friendship Week was created in response to the R incident 2 years ago. It represents our ideals of peaceful coexistence with Pokemon. As officers of the law, we work hard to protect that peace. Oh, I see. The police are lucky to have an officer like you. If anything happens, we'll be there in no time, so you can put your mind at ease. Thanks to the state-of-the-art surveillance cameras we've been using, not a single incident slips by unrecorded. Are the cameras really all that special? They are. Our cameras have captured the incriminating moment in every recent incident. Really, every last one. Are you sure that isn't just a coincidence? I'm sure those cameras are amazing, but that sounds too good to be true. We don't have a lot of surveillance cameras at our disposal, but the few we use are extremely effective. They just so happen to always take place within its range. We've had so many Pokemon detainment assignments lately. It's pretty shocking how much they've spiked.
Excuse me?
Actually, that's exactly what I'd like to ask you about. Huh, fancy that. About Pokemon detainment. Is Pokemon detainment one of your assigned duties? Yes, it is. Recently, it feels like detaining Pokemon is all I do. Frankly, that's supposed to be the PPB's responsibility. But they're such a new organization, they don't have enough personnel, leaving police officers like me to pick up their slack. That sounds really tough. I'm sure your department already has enough on their plate. Well, I wouldn't say that. The official story is that the PPB was formed to assist the police, keep us from spreading ourselves too thin, that sort of thing. But between you and me, Rhyme City's never given us more police work than we can handle. I think the PPB was established as part of the mayor's vision for the city. But, and this goes without saying, working with people and Pokemon are two different ballgames. Yeah, people have their individual quirks, but at least we're all one species. Pokemon, on the other hand. Exactly. It's an infinite number of variables we need to be able to respond to in any given situation. Sometimes it all feels way above my pay grade, but with the direction the mayor and the PPB are taking things, there's not much I can do.
Let's think.
Let's think. Okay. Let's think about whether there's anything strange about the PPB's activity. PPB is too busy in rushing their investigations. Police officers have been busy lately because the number of Pokemon in... They probably don't have enough personnel. Overzealously wanted to prevent future R incidents. Yet every incident was caught. That I think is this one.
Okay.
Morpeko, Impidimp, Inteleon, and Pikachu. A lot of people have been detained in different places. Yet somehow the few surveillance cameras in the city managed to film each one of them. Seems too good to be true. Not to mention the surveillance cameras caught the exact moment each crime was committed. Right, seems a bit too convenient. Maybe the PPB staged the crimes and filmed them. That's definitely a possibility. Stamp of approval. All this time, I've just assumed there was another Pikachu. But now I'm having second thoughts. What do you mean? So many Pokemon have caused incidents and been detained in such a short time. And it seems that the incriminating detail for every one of these incidents have been captured on camera. Rather than finding a double for each and every one of these Pokemon, it would be much easier for them to just use one Pokemon capable of passing as any one of the others. If they had a Pokemon that could do that. Yeah, if they had a Pokemon like that, it could explain how so many of these incidents occurred in such a short time. So what we should be looking for is a Pokemon that can look like other Pokemon. Right, let's ask around more. Ditto. Even if the Pokemon Protection Bureau staged the incidents, the actual crimes had to have been committed by a Pokemon. All the partners of the detained Pokemon said the same thing. They're convinced that their Pokemon would never commit the crimes they've been accused of. I can really only think of one possible explanation. A different Pokemon than the ones that were detained committed all of the crimes. We gotta find a Pokemon that can make itself look like other Pokemon. Yeah, let's go ask some folks in the city. Oh, you have something new to say? What have you gotten yourself into? A Pokemon that can look like others. Can you think of any Pokemon able to make itself look like a different one? Yeah, I once met an old lady who had a Ditto for her partner. I'm pretty sure she even lived here on 2nd Avenue if memory serves. Really? Thanks very much. Let's keep asking around. Oh, Ditto dear. Did you hear someone calling for something? Ditto! Sigh, where can it be? I bet that's Ditto's partner. I think the voice is coming from back here. Let's go check.
Excuse me?
Hello there, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Sure, go right ahead. I've been so lonely, it's nice to have a distraction. What's troubling you? What's wrong? Well, you see, my dear Ditto went missing a while ago. So that was your voice we heard just now. Yes, I've been looking for it everywhere, but I just can't find it. I'm worried sick. I hope it shows up again soon. Was it kidnapped by Pokemon napped by Chief Butler? Thanks for trying to cheer me up. I really do miss my Ditto. Ditto loves to play by using Transform. It turns into all sorts of things. But my little one isn't actually very good at using Transform. It can only imitate what it sees with its own eyes. Sometimes it gets the shape a bit wrong, but that just makes it even cuter. It doesn't make it cuter, it makes it gayer. That poor woman. She said Ditto's been missing for a little while now, right? I know it fits the profile for what we've been searching for, but could it really have gotten tangled up in all these incidents? It's possible, yeah. Is there any way to be sure? Yes, I can ask Pikachu. Ask Pikachu? Oh, yeah, it's about time for my visit with him. So I'll discuss, fuck. Talk with, let's just go see how he's doing. Are you sure I can join in on this visit even though I'm not his partner? Yeah, it should be fine. Come on, let's go. Can I see Pikachu? Let me explain our Pokemon partner visitation rules. Okay. Already said this. Are you ready to visit your partner? Yes. Then follow me.
Yes.
So this is the visitation room. I feel a little nervous in here. Oh yeah, it's your first time here. Wait. What is it, Tim? Oh, nothing. Could you actually wait a second for me, Rachel? Yikes, what do I do? I've been keeping the fact that Pikachu and I can speak to each other a secret. What's Rachel gonna think when she sees me talking to him? If we're going to keep investigating together, I should just tell her the truth. Are you okay, Tim? You look like you're thinking awfully hard. Just tell her.
Rachel, there's something I want to tell you.
What is it? It sounds pretty serious.
I don't expect you to believe me, but the truth is, I can understand everything Pikachu says.
Oh. I know it must be shocking to hear someone say a thing like that. If you don't believe me, I understand. Amazing. Huh? That's incredible, Tim. I'm so jealous that you can communicate with Pokemon. So, when you said you'd been solving cases of Pikachu, you really meant it, literally. How are you able to talk with him? Do you know how that happened? Honestly, I'm not sure myself. He's the only Pokemon I can understand, too. Pikachu interprets for me when I'm speaking to other Pokemon. Wow, Pikachu is pretty clever. It must be your strong bond of trust with Pikachu that lets you understand him. But we were able to talk as soon as we met. Then maybe you just instinctually understood each other's feelings from the start? Yeah, maybe. But hey, you're pretty amazing yourself, you know. You've studied so much about Pokemon, and it's clear how much you care about them. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you saying that. I've always felt this way, that I want to understand Pokemon better, and have them understand me as well. Always, huh? Yeah, a Pokemon rescued me when I was just a little kid, you know.
Once, when I got lost in the forest in Bamboo Burrow, an Ursa ring helped me out.
An Ursa ring?
That's right. I was cold, lonely, and crying, but it stayed by my side and kept me safe. I know that Ursa ring helped me because it could understand what I was feeling, and that's why I wholeheartedly believe that Pokemon and humans can understand each other's feelings. My mother, I learned that from her.
Understanding each other's feelings. That's really nice.
But you can't understand what they're saying. I remember that day so clearly. That Ursaring and I really connected back then, heart to heart. And when I told Mama and Papa about it, they said that humans and Pokemon were always meant to be that close. But Papa's changed. All this Pokemon management stuff is so unlike him, and when they've done nothing wrong. I understand how you feel, Rachel. Thanks, Tim.